We'll also have our nights in the upper 30s and low to mid 40s, so it's going to be quite mild there, Jamie.
Thanks, Dan. And David, it's too bad these warmer weather trends are coming at the end of the fall sports season.
Well, it's okay because after the semifinals that we have highlights of tonight coming up, they play in the Carrier Dome next week. So inside football games for the sectional championships. But who made it to those games in the Carrier Dome? Find out after the break.
The games to see, the players to watch. Friday night, Beyond the Lights, starts now.
High school football played week 9 tonight, and that's the sectional semifinals. Playoffs are back, and it feels pretty good. We have 5 local teams still competing for the sectional titles in football, and in Class B, New Hartford has been a powerhouse, ranked 6th in the state, hosting Syracuse Institute of Technology tonight, the 4 seed. Late first quarter, former Eyewitness Sports Athlete of the Week Alex Culver on the sideline runs the ball 10 yards into the end zone to put the Spartans on the board first. No surprise there, as it's Culver's 18th rushing touchdown of the season. And then here he is again. Syracuse IT did take a 1-point lead in the second quarter. New Hartford's not used to being behind, but Culver, with other plans, weaves his way around to make it 15-8. He had 5 touchdowns tonight and more than 310 rushing yards. That's his biggest game of the season. And 37 seconds after that last touchdown, quarterback Dominic Ambrose with that 30-yard pass to Gavin Williams. So New Hartford, firing on all cylinders, puts away its bad memories from falling just short in the semifinals in 2019. And the Spartans dominate tonight 49-20 and are headed to the Carrier Dome next Saturday at 3 p.m. But who would New Hartford play? That question came down to VBS playing at Homer. Homer, the second-ranked team in the state. New Hartford's actually number 6. But New Hartford had the number 1 seed in the section because they played one more game than Homer, so they had one more win than Homer. Both teams undefeated. The Trojans there with the 2nd seed getting into the end zone in the first quarter. That player had 6 touchdowns in the game. Chugs, 6 rushing touchdowns in the game. Homer as a team had 9 rushing touchdowns tonight, but believe it or not, that was not enough as the Red Devils get 3 rushing touchdowns from James Wheeler and 3 touchdown catches from Bryce Palmer. So VVS gets the upset 62-49 and sets up a rematch of New Hartford's Week 7 11-point win over VVS next Saturday, 3 p.m. for the championship in the Carrier Dome. In Class D, Dolgeville, undefeated this season, 8-0, ranked 5th in the state, looking to defend its 2017 sectional title, its 17th in program history. Late in the first quarter there, Cato Meridian with the launch for 20 yards, run down to the 3-yard line, but Greg Gagne was able to strip the ball, and it goes out the back of the end zone for the touchback. So Dolgeville takes over. Gagne is also the quarterback. He had a huge interception on defense later on, too, to stop momentum. And that's what Blue Devils head coach Dan Zolkowski said after the game was huge for momentum, was those big plays. Dolgeville gets on the board first when Connor Morris runs that one down for a 28-yard touchdown. Then later on in the third quarter, Jared Belinsky runs in a 2-yard touchdown, then a 13-yard touchdown, and then that massive 42 yards to the house. He added on a 31-yard touchdown after that for his 4th score of the game. Dolgeville wins it 34-6, and according to what head coach Dan Zilkowski said after the game, the Blue Devils are not just planning on going to the Carrier Dome to play in the sectional finals next Friday at 5 p.m., they're going to win the sectional finals. But that is in question to the other team they would have to play, who also is going to have that mindset. Right after this at CVA, also, you had Adirondack playing against number 6 seed Sandy Creek, and Adirondack gets into the end zone early on. Number 6 team ranked in the state, by the way. Dolgeville's number 5. So Adirondack just keeps putting on the pressure. Here, you have a play and the ball gets loose. Brett Sanford had run it, but this time it goes up the middle with a fumble, and lineman Charles Strain is there within 10 yards to recover it and score the touchdown. So a kind of different kind of play, but that's what you get in high school football. It sets up a very exciting matchup as Adirondack keeps it going 36-6 and is now set to play Dolgeville in the Section 3 Class D Championship next Friday in the Carrier Dome in Syracuse at 5 p.m. The one other local team still going is West Canada Valley. Teams competing in 8-man football this season. They're 6-1 overall, looking to continue their success in the semifinals tomorrow against Weedsport at 2. Game is set to be played at Sequoia. So coming up after the break, the Utica Comets played rival Syracuse Crunch for the 2nd time this season. Could Utica continue its win streak and get its 5th win in a row to start the season? We have highlights next.
This is Friday Night Beyond the Lights on WUTR.
In ice hockey tonight, former Utica Comets forward Alex Holtz is making his NHL debut. He scored 5 goals in 4 games for Utica to be tied for the 3rd most goals in the AHL. But while he's in New Jersey, the Comets had a tough challenge tonight. 3 games in 3 days started tonight in Syracuse. Utica did give up its first power play goal of the season, 2 of them actually. So the penalty kill is now 20 for 22, which is still pretty good for Utica. Also, they scored 2 power play goals, the Comets did, and a shorthanded goal. So the big story is actually Tice Thompson, who contributed to that, scoring his first 3 goals of the season for a hat trick tonight. Jesper Boquist, Arnie Talvite, and Chase DeLeo also put pucks in the back of the net as part of a 6-3 Comets win. So the Comets do get 5 wins in a row to start the season. Again, it's the first of 3 games in 3 days for Utica, but the team says it's not worried about that. It's ready for that.
Well, here it is. I mean, you know, we played less games than everybody in the league, and it feels good to be undefeated at this point. But you know what? We're going to play it fast and furious. Play 3 games in, what is it, 76 hours, whatever it is. It's a lot of hockey in a short period of time. We built our practices and our weekend to making sure that they're refreshed and have lots of energy. But you know what? You sit all summer. You're sitting for 6 months waiting for hockey to start. Hey, you know what? We'll take 3 and 3 any day. We enjoy being on the ice, and when things are going well, it's I think it's a really healthy environment coming to the rink.
You do want to stay fresh, but at the same time, you get you have to. You're in the moment of each game, and you're not really taking your foot off the gas in any moment. So you gotta dig deep.
It's the first time the team has 3 games in 3 days since the final 3 games of the 2018-2019 season. The Comets play in Utica tomorrow at 7:30, then Sunday at 5 o'clock. You can watch both those games on our sister station, WPNY. On the other side of the break, we have 5 local high school teams that are competing in state tournament games this weekend besides football. We have interviews with those players just ahead, 2 minutes away.
You're watching Friday Night Beyond the Lights on WUTR.
We have 5 local high school teams playing in the state regionals tournament this coming weekend, and one of those teams is the Poland girls soccer team, used to the big spotlight after winning its 5th straight Section 3 Class D title this year. And their Tornadoes are defending their 2019 state championship as well. And for a team that's used to dominating, the players say that they learned a lot actually from their sectional semifinals game last week that actually went to penalty kicks.
Anything can happen, because I don't think we went to that game thinking that we would result in a penalty kick shootout. We didn't expect that at all, and I think, yeah, it made us realize that anything can happen, and we need to score goals as soon as we can so that doesn't happen again.
I learned that you always have to put it out there. Like, you can't have 5 or 10 minutes that you are playing down. You always have to work hard, because it could be like a second and the other team has the ball and they're going to score on you, and you have to just make sure you're always working.
I think we learned, because we would score and they would come back, I think we need to learn that, like, once we just can't shut down, we have to stay active. And we did through the overtime. We didn't give up any goals or anything, so we just kind of stayed locked in, and I think that's what we have to keep doing. We have to just know that the game's not over till it's over. I think we know we can do it, and that we play with heart. Like, if we didn't play like we knew we could, we would just crumble. But we play with heart, and we play for each other.
Poland plays Section 4 champion Skanivis tomorrow at Herkimer College at 4 p.m. In Class C girls soccer, Sequoia Valley is also undefeated this year. 19 wins in a row this season for the team. And Sequoia Valley was in sectionals 2 years ago but faced challenges. Sequoia is now the highest state-ranked team remaining in the playoffs for Class C at number 3. The players say the difference this year has been their passion for the game.
I want to keep going. That's what I want to continue to play. I don't want my season to ever end, honestly. Knowing that we have a chance to win, honestly, and we're the 3rd team, and number 1 and 2 lost already, so we're top ranked right now. And I know that we can go all the way if we play exactly like the way we did.
It's just sensational. It's been incredible. Reaching that kind of goal is just kind of beyond describing it, honestly. Determination really does set the tone for a season. We've been pushing and pushing, and we've had a drive. And in past years, we kind of have given up after a few losses, and as a result, haven't had a great turnout as far as the record goes. So I think we just really understand that, like, teamwork and, like I said before, determination are just what you need to get through it, right?
Motivation and like where our heads are at, like how we're going into games. Like we need to know that, especially at this point, all the teams we're going to play are going to be very good teams. They're all section champions, so we need to see it. It's all where our heads are at, and I think as the season's gone on, we've kind of figured out that we need to play every game that as one of our best games, because at this point now any game could be our last, and we don't want our season to end.
The three girls you just heard from have combined for nearly 90 goals this season and more than 200 points. Sequoia Valley plays Section 4 champion Notre Dame Elmira tomorrow, Herkimer College at 6 p.m. And Holland-Patton Field Hockey has a similar message. The Golden Knights have won 4 sectional championships in a row, and now they once again look towards states. They say all teams are very good at this point. So the difference in winning comes down to not just playing with your mind, but also with your heart.
I say it comes down to whatever team wants it more, and we have a lot of heart on the field. We're very close. We play year-round. A lot of us do travel. A lot of us play out of season. We do winter league, summer league, so we're constantly playing together, and our program is about heart and hard work and constantly pushing yourself.
We just have to stay confident and keep our heads up and go into it thinking the other team's gonna want it too, so we just have to want it more.
Yeah, you have those skills, but if you're with a team that's at the same level, then it's just gonna come down to heart and who wants it more. Shows that we don't yell at each other. We're always smiling, talking, and you can just tell that we're having fun, especially after we score, we all jump and go hug each other, and it's just the best feeling.
I think we all know where we should be and where our heads and hearts should be going into this next game.
Holland-Patton plays in the Class B State Regionals Sunday at VVS at 1 p.m. After the break, we have Athlete of the Week. Stay tuned. Well, before we go, just wanted to give a special shout out to Proctor football senior Trayshawn Patterson. He was the running back for Proctor football this year, had more than 1,300 rushing yards for the team, and 15 touchdowns. He's our Eyewitness Sports Athlete of the Week. So thanks so much for tuning in. For Jamie and for Dan, stay friendly and have a great weekend.